Hello? Hello? Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to tonight's Comp Q. Off to a great start, aren't we? For tonight's Worlds match, we are kicking it off with Sky Ranger Jaegers against Clan Crossfire. And the winner of that will be going up against KDCM Trans Rights, or KDMC. Acronyms, they're stupid. Who needs them? It is KDMC though. So, right now we are waiting for teams to populate the lobby, and then once that starts, we can get rolling on this map ban. We are actually we are right on schedule. So, here's to hoping we can get things rolling quick. Ooh, and Clan Crossfire has banned first, choosing to ban Canyon Network. This has been a common ban pick, actually. I'm not too surprised. In fact, I believe another team already did choose to ban that today as well. But let's see what Sky Ranger Jaegers choose to ban in their favor. And they banned Tourmaline Desert. Strange pick, alright. Typically, most teams like Tourmaline, but that means that tonight we're going to be playing HPG Manifold, The Mining Collective, and Polar Highlands. Mining Collective is the only legacy map in this original setup, as HPG and Polar have both experienced recent map reworks. So now we are just waiting for Clan Crossfire to pick map 1, and then we can get going from there. Alrighty, Clan Crossfire, let's see what you got in store for us here. And the drop one will be Polar Highlands. Okay, 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 okay. Okay. I like this map. Everybody who was here before the original Polar Highlands rework knows how bad the map can get. So, this is so the new Polar Highlands is it Polar Highlands Reborn, or is it just Polar Highlands Reworked? I'm not quite sure, but no one cares about the nomenclature that much. All we know is that the map is better now, and it is much more enjoying to play, as it's not the Lermageddon that we all have come to hate and despise. So let's see what Sky Ranger Jaegers picks for our second drop. Give me one moment. I'm going to tweak these mic levels just a bit, as they seem to be running a bit high. And Sky Ranger Jaegers choose HPG Manifold. So our order tonight will be Polar HPG with Mining Collective as the decider. Alrighty. Now time to choose teams, and then we can jump right into the action. I'm not sure about Sky Ranger Jaegers, but Clan Crossfire is a team that has a reputation of not keeping us waiting for a very long time, so hopefully Sky Ranger Jaegers can do the same, and we can dive right into this. With Clan Crossfire having Team 1 on drop 1, so let me get those rolled into the lobby, and then we can get going. And let's see, Sky Ranger Jaegers. Clan Crossfire will be Team 1 on HPG. That is correct. Oh, my bad. SRoT will be Team 1 on Polar. Oh, I won't have to move the teams at all. Or will I? No, I won't. Wonderful. Alrighty, now with both teams set up, we can get rolling into this lobby and we can get things ready to go, with drop one being Polar Highlands. So, Polar Highlands is typically considered a map where the side doesn't really doesn't really make too much of a difference, as the map is nearly symmetrical, with the only difference being the canyon on Kappa side and the sort of high ground perch on Gamma side are the only two POIs that you really fight over, but they can typically be pretty cleanly accessed from both sides. So actually, let me pull up my map strat here so we can get that rolling. Right, this is still set on HPG, which we will be looking at later, but that's not something we're going to be looking at here now. So we are going to go to Polar Highlands. So if you look at the map here, if it wants to load for me, I believe there was an issue with MapStrat earlier today being a bit slow. But however, if you look at the map here with the map layout, it is a fairly symmetrical map, and Team 1 and Team 2 not making too much of a difference, with the only true difference in the map being Gamma having this Overwatch mountain and Kappa typically being in a lower ground. So typically speaking, Gamma is the more advantageous spot to have. However, both sides can be worked with. However, that being said, it's still a pretty symmetrical map. Typically, most teams on Team 1 prefer to have the Epsi Theta Kappa as their 3 cap, and Team 2 prefers to have the Gamma Theta Sigma as their 3 cap. However, most polar matches you see do not go all the way to caps. They typically just go down straight on kills because it's a very trade-heavy map, and more often than not, most teams want to kill each other more than they want to cap. I know, ticks are the big thing where, you gotta hold the 3 cap and you gotta win, but, everybody just wants to kill each other, so why not just do that instead? That sounds way more fun. All right, and SRoT has locked at 465 tons, which might actually be the lightest drop deck I have seen this Worlds. Seeing as the drop tonnage limit is 475, I don't think I've ever, 480, I don't think I've ever seen somebody drop at 465. I think 470 is the lightest I've ever seen. But it's not very common you see somebody willingly leave 15 tons behind. Maybe they're running a quick cap strat, maybe they're trying to do a fast brawl. We'll see here in a moment. We are just waiting on Nikoro Doomguard to ready up, and then Clan Crossfire can lock, and we can get started right into the thick of it. Come on, Nikoro. The world's waiting on you. Nikoro. And they're locked. Let's do this. So snowy, so peaceful. It'd be a shame if there was a team deathmatch to go down here and people were to die. Oh well, it's the life we're dealt. So, on the Clan Crossfire side, we are seeing a Madcap Mark II, most likely ER Large and Goss. We are seeing an Executioner, a very popular PPC Pop-Tart pick. We are seeing Knives in the Commando, a Phoenix Hawk 7S, the new kid on the block, who is definitely proving its worth. We are seeing a Vapor Eagle 1. Oh, come on, Phoenix Hawk, let me see your build. Oh, well, it ain't gonna happen. We're seeing a Vapor Eagle 1, a Firestarter, a Nightjeer, and a Black Lantern. Pretty standard lineup. Sky Rangers of Terra, though, choosing a few out-of-pocket mechs with a Warhammer 2CA, that's the brawling one, Rifleman 2CA, that's the fast LB21, a Black Lantern A, a Gargoyle D, an Incubus 5, the Cap variant, a Vapor Eagle A, that's the brawling one, a Firestarter, and a Linebacker D. So, it seems that Sky Rangers of Terra is just running a full-out brawl strat. With Apostle Burke about to meet Knives at Theta. Let's see what kind of shots are exchanged here. No shots exchanged whatsoever. It seems Apostle Burke realized he was very outnumbered here, as the Sky Rangers Wolfpack is a bit slower, and he's just backing off, choosing to play his life rather than die for Theta, which is the smart play to take. You have Stardust and Apostle setting up, trying to post up on the building cover here in order to just keep eyes and establish scouts. Meanwhile, the Sky Ranger Wolfpack has entirely grouped up, and they are preparing for a push. A Rifleman 2C with 2 LB20s and 4 ER Smalls. That is a very strange brawling pick, where even though it's the fastest of the Rifleman 2Cs, it's not a very tanky mech. Rifleman 2Cs are known for being stripped and killed relatively easily to go with their insane amounts of firepower. So, let's see where this goes. So far, it seems Clan Crossfire hasn't wised up to the brawl strat yet, and oh nope, they definitely see the mechs now. Now it's just to wonder if they have discovered what the loadout on the Clan Crossfire mechs are, or on the Sky Ranger mechs are. However, Sky Rangers did not have a 3 cap, and they don't have the range advantage, so they just need to buckle up and get as close as they can without being burned. Meanwhile, Clan Crossfire seems to know what's up, and they're just flat out evacuating their own Theta side. Knives is still trying to get out of there in his commando, trying to do his best to screen, as Clan Crossfire just plans on kiting across the map, as they already have the 3 cap, and they have the range advantage. So, let's see if Sky Rangers can close in. So far, not a lot of damage on either side. We have a solid lance here caught out in the open of Sky Rangers. Ninja Fusion in the Rifleman down to 85%, but other than that, no significant damage so far. Carlson taking 13% in the vehicle, but it's still not so bad. Sky Rangers doesn't seem to be aware of the Black Lantern here. Gadolinium is just going to push in through the open in the attempts to take down the Commando, but these guys are just needing to stick to every bit of cover they can get, and Clan Crossfire is just so effectively kiting them across the map. Clan Crossfire only a single mech below 90% health, and that's Knives in the Commando. Everybody else is at their top 10% health. Meanwhile, Sky Rangers of Terra is just taking so much damage. They're just hemorrhaging health. Gadolinium and the Gargoyle down to 58%. That's not what you want to see. Grey Fox and the Black Lantern coming up in order to get behind the Mad Cat, trying to do what they can to gank Nicaro, but the Black Lantern Captain Cat is going to come in and screen. Gadolinium is down to 43%, trying to close, desperately trying to chase down Knives to get that Commando kill, but that's not the mech you want to be going after. The Commando can outrun everyone. Meanwhile, the Trader mechs, it's just open season. This is just aim labs here. This is Mech Warrior aim labs, where you have mechs just running across at range, and you can just practice your aim, trying to gun them down. Everything. I've never seen so much free farming in a single comp match. Sky Rangers of Terra not even going for the cap point, just doing their best to close with something, but it's not going to happen, as Nicaro Doomguard is just sitting up there farming, as as Ninja Fusion does manage to take down Nicaro, so it's still a 1-to-1, but the percentages are so heavily in Clan Crossfire's favor. The Gargoyle is down to 29%, as this is just an absolute carnage. Clan Crossfire can't do anything. I mean, Sky Rangers can't do anything against Clan Crossfire here. I think it's over. I think Sky Rangers have won. I mean, not Sky Rangers, Clan Crossfire. I'm going to keep getting these two mixed up until I die, apparently. I think, though, I'm pretty sure, I think Clan Crossfire has won this. It would take an absolute miracle for Sky Rangers to pull this together, as they're just now getting into range, but they're all so beat up already. Pete Zone does go down. Apostle Burke is legged in the Incubus. Let's see how Ninja Fusion is doing in his Rifleman. He's lost to Small due to a crit, and he's open everywhere, and now he is halved, as Stardust in the Firestarter does not want to ape in without backup. Meanwhile, it is a 2-3 kill split. However, Clan Crossfire is just backing up now. They're going into the wins. They are going to reestablish the 3 cap, of which I didn't even notice that they lost, if I'm being honest, because there's just so much death and destruction going on here. John McFuzzy takes down Ninja Fusion and the Rifleman. It seems that Asian Spectre is going into range, but he still has so much armor and so much health, it won't matter. And he has Rathnor and the Firestarter willing to screen for him as he takes down Metafox, and Lol BBQ in the Phoenix Hawk takes down Grey Fox. And Apostle Burke is legged, trying to get as much damage as he can as he's dropped, and now all that's left is Stardust in the Firestarter, who is now legged and destroyed. Wow. Not what I expected. Well, actually, no. That is what I expected. I called it. I said they were 15 tons under, and that it could be a brawl push. So, I guess I just didn't expect the brawl push to go like this. Alrighty, so first things first, let's check the map ban again. Next match we are doing is HPG. And let's get this damage board up and running. So, if you look here, the first thing you'll see is a huge damage disparity between SRoT and Clan Crossfire. You have John McFuzzy in the Veagle with 707 damage, Pete Zone in the Nightjeer 818 damage, just absolute farming the damage. My god. But pretty much everybody scoring high. I mean, 153 may not seem like a lot of damage, but in a commando, that is an astounding amount of work done. Meanwhile, Nicaro Doomguard getting 218 damage, not quite what you want to see, but he did get ganked pretty early, so that is more than fair. Meanwhile, if you look at the SRoT side, or sorry, the Sky Rangers side, that is not what you want to see in your brawl push. 82 damage on the Gargoyle, 65 damage on the linebacker. 2 of your heaviest hitters getting double D'd is not what you want to see, especially something as tanky as the linebacker. And if we pull up the map strat here, let's outline what both of these teams chose to do. So, doobie-doobie-doo, doobie-doo, doobie-doo. Okay, so Clan Crossfire had a very standard plan, which was a Sigma, Gamma, Theta control, with their Wolfpack immediately booking it to Theta, a few of their bigs walking through Sigma, and then eventually setting up in these initial POIs. In these initial POIs of Gamma, a trader in Gulf 10, and then just overall good initial trading spots to start the map, because typically what you would expect your opponent to do is to move upwards. Come on, map strats, don't be difficult. is to move upwards and to take theta. This is what you expect Team 1 to do, and that's what I'm pretty sure they expected Sky Rangers to do. That being said, Sky Rangers did not do that. Sky Rangers took all of their mechs and just went right up the middle with a little bit of a detour in I-7. They sent one mech to walk through Epsilon and one mech to walk through Kappa, and then after that, they just sort of brawl pushed. However, this is where things get tricky, is that Clan Crossfire, immediately seeing the brawl push, and due to good scouting of their lights, looped all the way around in order to kite the brawl push, and Sky Rangers was just trapped to follow all the way through. Meanwhile, Clan Crossfire did a wonderful job at trying to kite, at just pulling the range, keeping their advantage, and that was a very clean, textbook win of how to disable and dismantle a brawl push. So, hats off to Clan Crossfire, very effectively done. So, now, if we look at drop 2 that is coming up, which is HPG Manifold, you will see, so this is the other map in the comp queue that got significantly reworked, and most would argue that it was for the better. And I would find myself agreeing that the new HPG is most likely a significant upgrade to the last HPG. Let me just scoot this map strat over so we can still see tonnage and we can still see lobby strats. So the new HPG is typically considered to be a better map in the sense that A, the wall is much more accessible because you have ramps here, you have a ramp here, and then also ramp across the side and a ramp in each spawn, which does make it much more enjoyable to play. Because now the wall mechs, and there are bridges going across the wall as well, which once again makes it much more enjoyable to play. So, if we look at the map here, obviously there are a few POIs that you want to keep an eye on. The first is Team 1. So typically the way this goes is you always want 2 or 3 mechs to trade on the wall to establish map control and overwatch. So typically the Team 1 wall POIs are, there's a big mound of cover here, there is cover here, and if you really, really want to feel aggressive, you can extend a mech all the way to here, or you can keep them in C5. So these are the spots that you want to keep a wall trader on Team 1. Team 2, Clan Crossfire side, has a few similar wall spots with a good position here, a good position here, and if you really want to get aggressive and move forward, you can set up here and end up here to directly contest with fire on the range mech here. And then, of course, we have the fight for Theta. Theta being in the basement makes it a very hot spot, and typically every Theta push will decide the match one way or another. Sometimes it's a coin toss, sometimes it's decided by skill, but whenever a team decides to bum rush Theta, that will decide the match. So, most teams will vie for an early cap, but they won't always commit to a full Theta brawl. More often than not, they will just run straight in, get the cap, and then get the hell out of dodge because they do not want to be caught there during the enemy push and die, because that will most likely cost you the match. So, the back caps on this map actually have the highest rate of flipping in any comp map, with your back caps never really safe. More often than not, if a team gets Theta and they don't want to commit to the push and they want to get a 3 cap, your next safest bet is to take one of those back caps. Oh, now it's the wrong color arrow. So, more often than not, the wall traders, it is on them to also keep eyes on their caps in order to prevent it, but they can't always get it. The most notorious example of this being this D6 on the spot on the wall here cannot cover Gamma to save its life. In fact, most comp queue ganks of where the Wolfpack will sneak through behind to kill the mech on the wall will occur through Gamma. Simply because of the lack of line of sight, there's a solid chance that the assault mech up there won't see it. In fact, that happened to Clan Crossfire against Loot, where Loot sent a 4-man wolf pack around the low ground, played it smart, ran through without triggering the cap, so John McFuzzy and the Mad Cat had no way of knowing that they were coming up, and just got absolutely obliterated. However, that is in the past, and now we have the present to worry about, where we're going to keep destroying mechs, as both teams have locked, and we are ready to go into drop 2. Such a pretty map. Also, I'm loving this new dish. Like, you can't play on it, but the aesthetic of it is just superb. But, let's see these teams. So, Sky Rangers is bringing a Kodiak 3, a Spider 5V, a Black Lantern A, a Firestarter A, a Phoenix Hawk 1K, an Orion 2CA, a Bloodass B, and a Viper Medusa. Not the most optimal mech picks, if I'm being entirely honest here. Spider 5V, notorious for being able to cap everything, but not kill to save its life. That's why the Incubus 5 has pretty much replaced it. And the Viper Medusa is typically considered to be an inferior Viper variant due to the lack of CT energy. However, Sky Rangers seems to be doing the exact same thing, an entire brawl strat coming up the center, no holds bars. We're just going to run in and we're going to fight and we'll win or lose, but we'll do it as a family. Aw, ain't that such a lovely display? It sickens me. Now for Clan Crossfire's side, we have a Firestarter, a Direwolf, a Viper C, the true Viper pick, the Nightgear C, the Mistlinks, the Phoenix Hawk 7S, and the Madcat Mark II, and the Virago. So it seems we have a 4-man wall strat with the Nightgear and the Madcat sharing this POI here, and it seems the Virago and Direwolf are going to share the other POI with a early Theta cap, and the Light's just sort of meandering, trying to scout. It seems Captain Cat, he sees what's coming, he saw the Kodiak, he saw the Bloodass. What is on this Bloodass? Is it the UAC 40? Yes, it's the manliest of Blood Asps, 2 UAC 10s and 1 UAC 20, sacrificing a bit of range for that sweet, sweet close range destruction. So, now, oh no, they're waiting for the gank. They're waiting for somebody to get the back cap and they can obliterate them. So it seems Sky Ranger's plan is to have 4 mechs on Theta, and they know that Clan Crossfire is going to inevitably go for the back cap. And they're going to have the 4 mechs there, the 4-man wolf pack, just waiting for somebody to touch Epsilon or to touch Gamma. Rathnor's going in the Firestarter. Once they realize it, will it be too late? Will he be able to escape? Only time will tell. Stardust in the Spider. The Spider 5V camping with the Salt Mechs is a very strange pick, because if you wanted a combat light to help hold basement, the Spider 5V is not the pick, but the trap has been sprung. Rathnor's run up in the Firestarter. I think he saw them. He's just flat out bailing. Meanwhile, Epsilon is going down to the Mistlinks. Knives only runs a Commando and a Mistlinks. I think he has a 20. I think he has a thing for like 25 tonners. I don't know if he like owns any other mechs. Like, I don't know if he has like 150 mechs and they're all just Commandos and Mistlinks, but who knows? Anyways, Black Cayman is running in to try to interfere with the cap. He's going wide. He's going to try to hunt down the Lynx, but he will not be able to catch it, as the Mistlinks can just noom up into the sky and escape. Meanwhile, basement isn't being contested too much. Gadolinium's only lost 10% trying to trade. If you ask me, I wouldn't be trading at all, but you know, if the enemy's there, sometimes you get an itchy trigger finger. Sometimes you just want to pad those damage scores. Meanwhile, Sky Rangers of Terra have re-solidified the 3 cap. So this is interesting. Sky Rangers of Terra Sky Ranger Jaegers, my apologies, has brought the brawl strap both times. And however, the first time they completely ignored Caps, and now this time Caps is their entire plan. They don't plan on wall trading, they don't plan on killing anything. Meanwhile, Clan Crossfire is just keeping their mechs on the wall. This is not what you want to do. The moment you realize that their entire team is either basement or the back cap, you take your mechs off the wall and you push one of those POIs. You either push Epsilon and Gamma or you push Theta. Either way, you split the 4-man fight so you can win the 8v4. Meanwhile, the basement mechs are starting to pull out due to Knives and the Mistlinks and Captain Cat and the Phoenix Hawk absolutely aping in with Lol BBQ and the Viper and Rathnor and the Firestarter coming in, as this is just now a flat-out light v light fight here. Black Cayman running down Captain Cat and the Phoenix Hawk. Not a lot of focus firing going on, with Lol BBQ going back to help against the Black Lantern. Meanwhile, yeah, there's just no focus firing going on here whatsoever. Everybody seems to want to go pursue their own fights, as Apostle Burke is running down Rathnor and the Firestarter. Grey Fox gets the first kill against Mistlink's Knives, and Black Cayman is just doing his best to survive. He's legged against Captain Cat and Lol BBQ. I think Captain Cat is bailing because he has taken too much injuries, and that is the case, as now Lol BBQ in the Viper has gotten the kill, and he's just running out. Meanwhile, Metafox on Sky Rangers has gotten Rathnor in the Firestarter. So this solidifies both a Sky Rangers cap lead and a Sky Rangers kill lead. Meanwhile, Captain Cat, he thought Theta was clear. He ran in to get the kill. Meanwhile, Gadolinium was just waiting there to instantly eat him up. As now Clan Crossfire is both scattered and unsure. Well, no, they're not really scattered, as their 4 mechs are just, they're chilling. They're having a jolly grand time. Having a good time. Anyways, as now they are waiting. I think Sky Rangers have won this match, though. I don't think there's Clan Crossfire with their 5 mechs in the back trying to regroup and reset, but you cannot reset losing 3 mechs of your wolf pack. So it looks like Sky Rangers Jaegers is just now gearing up for that final push. Meanwhile, Clan Crossfire knows that they need to push Theta now or they die. So John McFuzzy going in, but Clan Crossfire, not only are they going into a mech health and mech tonnage disadvantage, they're also going into a fight with ER large lasers and Gauss. Meanwhile, Sky Rangers has such a close range deck that really, I think this match is going in Sky Jaeger's favor. I don't think there's anything Clan Crossfire can do to pull this back, barring getting headshot after headshot and just obliterating everyone. And you know what? There's no sound. So what we're going to do is we're going to hop in a cockpit and we're going to hear everything going on. As Carlson and the Kodiak doing his best to survive, but he gets dropped. Meanwhile, Steelwater in the Virago. We're going to look at Lol BBQ in the Viper here, as he's doing everything he can to kill this Firestarter, as now the Phoenix Hawk senses blood and is just absolutely obliterating his legs. Lol BBQ is sending a bird onto the body. That's not what you want to see. The Firestarter was open leg, but it's down to the one Direwolf, as he's doing everything he can to stay alive, but his legs are just getting shredded. So, wow. What a turnaround from drop 1, as what was a decisive Clan Crossfire victory of drop 1 just became a decisive victory for Sky Rangers. I'm curious to see where this goes for drop 3, as we are now going into the tiebreaker. So let's get these scoreboards rolling so I can get these teams ready for y'all. As our tiebreaker map will be Mining Collective, the oldie but goodie. So, oh, excuse me. Now, let's look at this damage board here, though. As we see, top damage on both sides actually being pretty even. It's not what I expected. Stardust get the spider didn't get bottom damage in the match. He may have gotten bottom damage on the team, but he didn't get bottom damage in the match. What is the world coming to? Anyways, top damage on the Sky Ranger Jaeger side is gadolinium in his blood apps, 476. Not too surprised, as the Kodiak only got 177. Ooch, oof, ouch, ouch, owie juice. That's not what you want to see. Necro Doomguard and the Direwolf getting top on Clan Crossfire, which is not very surprising because he was on top of the wall, just flat out farming the entire match. Which, Clan Crossfire's commitment to the wall is not really what they needed to win in this particular instance, but, it did help them pad their damage score. So props to them, Gotta get those sweet, sweet numbers. But because this is a loser's bracket match, the loser here, the one who loses the drop on mining, will be eliminated from the league. So let's see how these teams will work. First off, though, let me just check the double teams that look good. Alrighty, so now let's pull up the map strat because, my entire prediction was thrown out the window, and I don't like that. I like being correct. I don't like being surprised. You wanna know why? Surprises are for weaklings. Anyways, so Sky Rangers had a bit of an unorthodox strat with their wolf pack. Just instead of running in to fight for caps or for fighting Theta, they got Epsi, they got Gamma, and then they just went back and they waited. They hid here waiting for somebody to make a move. Meanwhile, their bigs just slowly trotted their way up to basement, took a little bit of damage from the scouts and from the wall mechs, and then once they got basement, they just sat there. The Clan Crossfire wolf pack, already scouting around, realized that was a fight they couldn't win and wisely pulled back to their bigs. However, I believe this is where Clan Crossfire went wrong, is they were up on the wall, which is a solid start in order to establish map control, scouting, and early damage, but they clung to the wall for far too long. They simply sat there waiting and waiting and waiting. I wonder if they thought their opposing team was going to push out of Theta, and that's why they chose to hold their ground. But Sky Ranger Jaegers made the smart choice, choosing not to push because they had the cap lead and they knew they could force ranged mechs into a brawl. And that's exactly what they did. Clan Crossfire, once Knives had scouted that the Wolfpack was waiting on the Sky Ranger Jaeger side, committed everything to this single Wolfpack fight, throwing everything at Epsilon. Meanwhile, Sky Ranger Jaegers did the same, and it was just all-out carnage in the entire Epsilon POI. But at the end, Sky Ranger Jaegers came out on top, made it. They got a clean 3 kills and only lost a single mech, which solidified their advantage and pretty much solidified their victory. And Clan Crossfire, during that entire time, their assault mechs were just holding up on the wall, which is not what you want to see, not what you want to do, as those are almost 300 tons out of the fight, which is absolutely not what you want to see if you are a Clan Crossfire fan, because that means that they are throwing. But it's okay because they won drop 1. So now this is the chance of redemption. This is where Sky Ranger Jaegers can redeem themselves after their drop 1 failure. This is where Clan Crossfire can redeem themselves after their drop 2 failure. So they can save it all and make it all work. Alrighty, Sky Ranger Jaegers. They have locked. Now we are waiting on Clan Crossfire to lock. I wouldn't be surprised if Clan Crossfire was a little shaken. You know, after that first match, they probably felt pretty confident. But then after this second match, you know, they might be a little worried. This victory may not be as assured as everybody originally thought it was. So let's see how this rolls. Let's see how both these teams can do. Clan Crossfire is all readied up, but are they locked? They are locked, so let's get this rolling. Bess, I love you, but you can't say a KDK3 win in comp is amazing. I mean, the Kodiak 3 has been such a strong pick, especially after the clan AC10 buff. Just absolutely bonkers. But let's get these teams rolling. So, on the Sky Rangers side, we see a Highlander 2C Keeper, an Arctic Cheetah Prime, a Rifleman 2C A, a Huntsman Packet, a Firestarter A, a Veagle a Blood Asp, and a Quick Draw IV4. The MRM Sandblaster. This is a flat-out brawl push deck, very on theme for Sky Rangers. Meanwhile, Clan Crossfire is running a Hunchback 2CA, a Nightjeer D, a Firestarter A, an Executioner a Black Lantern Bellinarius, a Veagle 1, a Madcap Mark II Deathstrike, and a Commando 1D. So the big thing here is that Clan Crossfire doesn't really seem to know if they want north or south side control, which I can already predict right now that will make this very difficult in order to counter the brawl push, as if they are split between north and south, Sky Ranger Jaegers can just drive a wedge right through and flat out destroy Clan Crossfire if they are not careful. So one side here needs to feint, one side needs to fall back. Knives is doing his best to screen and hold Theta, prevent an enemy cap. Rathnor getting some early scouting and some early shots in the Firestarter, as both teams now are just trying to decide which side they want to commit to. Obviously, for Sky Ranger Jaegers, they have all of their weight with the Blood Asp and the Keeper on the south side, with their Wolfpack on the north side. But what's on this packet? Okay, it's not Streaks. You know, I'm gonna admit, I got a little excited. Hopes were let down a little. Anyways, they're looking for a Wolfpack gank here. I don't think they're going to find it, as Clan Crossfire has wisely vacated the area, but they are pushing. They're flat out pushing. What are they pushing into? Are they pushing Nikoro? Are they pushing Pete? Are they just gonna ape and go after Knives? What are they doing? Meanwhile, Sky Ranger Jaeger's assault mechs are trying to push, but it's too late. Their Wolfpack is already committed. Clan Crossfire is taking everything back to just kill these 4 mechs. Apostle Burke is doing his best to trade against Nikoro Doomguard, but it's a Firestarter against a Madcat, not the fight you want to see. Stardust is out of the fight. He's been spending too long trying to hunt the Commando. Metafox in the Orion, in the Quick Draw, is getting shot in the back. H-Inspector goes down first, 2 to the IV4. Black Cayman's in the red. He gets dropped by Nikoro Doomguard in the hunt. And the Madcap Mark II, Metafox is dropped. This is what I thought was a very clean starting advantage for Sky Rangers is quickly getting turned around, as now Clan Crossfire has them entirely surrounded, and the Sky Ranger assaults are just out of the fight. Sky Ranger Wolfpack needs to bail immediately and just get back as soon as they can, as now the Sky Ranger assaults have come into the fight, and we are going to see a true and proper brawl. Pete Zone drops Apostle Burke in the Firestarter, but he is getting torn up and needs to back up immediately. He's almost open leg. Oh, the double sweep from Gadolinium in a single burst. Meanwhile, Carlson has open legs in the Veagle. He's dropped. It is a 4v6 with Grey Fox and the Highlander 2C Keeper already red. This is not what you want to see. This is falling apart for Sky Ranger Jaegers, as they are just doing their best to get any kills they can. Meanwhile, they're being split up and cut down one by one, as Grey Fox in the Blood Asp is doing everything he can. He's probably going to get top damage for Sky Ranger Jaeger here for the amount of work he's been doing, but now that it's just down to these 3 mechs, and Ninja is in the red, Gadolinium is in the red as well, and Stardust is now the last in the Arctic Cheetah. Let's have a look-see to see what's going on in these cockpit, to see how much he's fighting for his life, as he is now the last alive, as Grey Fox is just, well, no, Grey Fox is lasting longer than I expected. Rathnor, the Firestarter, almost legged, but Stardust absolutely whiffs the shot he needs to get the kill. This is not good. Gadolinium does get Rathnor with a sweet double burn again. Gadolinium has been killing, absolutely tearing apart in the Blood Asp, just getting top damage time and time again, and I think he's going to get it here too. But Stardust, is he running? Is he trying to kite? You won't fit in there, buddy. He's now caught alone against John McFuzzy. Is he going to be able to get the kill? No, I think John McFuzzy's going to obliterate his leg here in a moment. Stardust just can't get that clean burn he wants into the legs, whether it's terrain or aim. It's just not enough to get it going. Ooh, and he gets legged out of the air. He's now caught in the air, and Necro Doomguard with the Gauss shot drops it. So, wow. Not what I would have expected for this drop, but that is a clean Clan Crossfire victory. Okay, Clan Crossfire. I see you. Is the game gonna let me publish the stats? Hello? Whatever, I'll just screenshot this and do that later. Publishing of match stats failed. Interesting. Oh, yep, I'll just screenshot that for later. As we have now completed Clan Crossfire v Sky Jaegers, and now, let's see, if memory serves, the winner of that will stay on to fight KDCM. Now, if you don't mind, we're just going to take a quick break here as I now get things rolling for KDCM. I will still be on mic and I will be able to get things rolling, but I'm just warning you all ahead of time. There's going to be a slight delay here as we wait for KDCM to arrive. Dooby-dooby-doo. 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 So, who is the KDCM team leader? It's Jay. Yeah, that's right. So, while we wait for KDCM, we're just going to do something here. I'm not sure what, but we're going to be doing something. I'm going to get the new map band set up while we wait. So,